And now we have another warm-up. Oh no, we actually don't. This is live. This is live now. Alright, so this time around we have one player eliminated per round. So as you can see on the left-hand side, you see KOs per round 1. So this is the real deal now. The Trackmania Climate Fundraiser is finally going into the knockout phase. And now it is gonna be do or die. Right now the player in the back is Questere, but every player is actually off to a very good start. Questere in the back with 2.2 seconds of a deficit. Trying to crawl a bit further up the pack here, but at the moment it is not sufficient for him. Oh, Broscator actually had to respawn. So a big setback for Broscator, who forgot to drift into the corner and fell off the edge. That is a huge time loss for Broscator, and he needs to hope for another big mistake from another player in order to maybe have a chance at coming back. But oh, Questere also got lost. Oh. Some navigation issues here by the players. But on the other hand, these maps are quite long, and it is not easy
Near 75
to remember the path and to remember
for
exactly where to go. So a couple blunders are happening every now and then. Questere now 9 seconds behind. Atson 6 seconds behind. And here we have a big pack in the back. That is a nice rhyme. Mime leading by 0.8. He is so fast on these maps. It is actually ridiculous. 1 second of a lead over Yocto. Then we have a nice fight between Enner, Elcon, and Dennis for P3. Enner now with the no slide into the hairpin, and also Dennis having to adjust his line as well. So that is not very good. Dennis finding himself comfortably on P5 is now being attacked by Marius89. Elcon with a different line actually. I'm not sure if you saw that, but Elcon went to the left. That is very interesting. So all these players will make it in. Mime again with a 219. He is driving these 219s like a bot. It is truly mind-blowing. Yocto on second, Elcon on third, and Enner on fourth. And it looks like we have to say goodbye to... Oh, Questere! We have to say goodbye to Broscator, who is too far behind to make any sort of difference. A 15 euro donation is coming from Mirror75. Thank you very much for another big donation right there.
Mikkel donated 10 euros. Why are there fish at the bottom of the sea? Because they dropped out of school.
Mikkel with a 10 euro donation as well. Wow. Cheers, everyone. Awesome. So, Broscator is out. GG. And we're now gonna go to the next round.
Roaz 123 donated 5 euros. I am so happy for my brother Ba. Thank you for the event and the amazing response, everyone.
How did she pronounce Bas? She said Ba. What the hell? We have Rose with a 5 euro donation, supporting her brother. I like that. Thank you very much for the 5. You know the mapper Ba? Yeah, this is my favorite. Thank you very much. So, going into the next round. All players off to a good start. Atson went very close to the wall on the left. I was a little worried about him. But it is all good in the hood. Questere on P15 right now, on last place. Atson going wide once again, having to lift off a lot. Not the greatest speed up the hill. And Questere is going to come a big tad closer, and in fact is even opting for the overtake. We have a nice battle for that last place right now. The donation bar is blocking the last place. That is indeed a problem. I will fix it. Like this. Alright. So, now it should be visible again. We see Ripfish is dead. Ripfish ripped, and he's 10.9 seconds behind. But the round is not over yet. The round is of course not over yet. Things can still happen. Here we see quite a big battle. Adson, Agereto, Prince and Questerape pretty close to each other. And Ripfish is lurking in the shadows. He is waiting for an opportunity. Don't say it's over until it's over, ladies and gentlemen. He is actually closing in. Ripfish with some nice lines is actually approaching position number 14. But is it going to be enough? We have roughly 20 seconds of track left. And it is going to be quite exciting. Let's take a look at what happens in the end. At the front, we see the usual players anyway. So let's see what happens in the end. The final transition is going to be quite troublesome here. Who is going to keep more speed up the hill? It looks like Adson is going to have the advantage, but just by a hair actually. Ripfish with very good effort. Ripfish really tried his hardest. That was some very good driving. Unfortunately, that one mistake was too big and unfortunately sent him out of the competition. So Toadfish with P15. GG. Very good effort though, not giving up after the mistakes. That is also something that some players just don't manage that well. After one mistake, players usually tilt and lose their motivation or lose their focus, and then more mistakes keep happening. So it's great that you actually kept trying. And now we have the final round on biodiversity. So we're going to play 3 rounds per map until we go to the next one. And we're going to play the 3 maps in rotation, in constant rotation, until we find our TCF 2021 champion. And what a battle we have here. Agereto versus Adson, 2 German players right now in the back. Now the drift, both picking their lines carefully with some proper exit speed. Very close to the wall here. Agereto pulling away a little bit. Some slightly better dirt approaches there as well. So at the moment Agereto is still good, but he is being pursued by Adson, who obviously wants to stay in, and Agereto with the hit on the inside. He drifted too tight. And oh, now a position change once again. Adson now with very low speed. Is he even going to be able to make the jump? Yes, by a hair. So the positions are back to what they used to be. A crazy position change right there between the 2 players starting with an A. Now we have roughly 1 second between Agereto and Adson. Who is going to take 14th place? The map is not over yet. We still have a couple kilometers to drive. And Adson is actually closing in. A little bit of speed slide action on the dirt, which allows him to keep the distance rather minimal. A bit more of an inside approach. This could be something. And Agereto with the clip on the inside. He went too far to the right. And this could be the nail in the coffin, ladies and gentlemen. As he makes another mistake. And I think Adson is safe here. Adson is safe. Unless something terrible happens. Oh my god, how did he survive that? Actually incredible. So that is it for Agereto. He unfortunately goes out after the huge mistake, which also happened right in front of a checkpoint. So he had to redrive the entire sector, which obviously costs a lot of time. So that is P14 for German player Agereto. Well done. Alright, so our next map is coming up. I do believe we have a warm-up on this one again. And our next map will be hybrid. Map number 2. 13 players remaining. We have to say goodbye to 3 players already. Broscator, Toadfish and Agereto. And now the next players will be decapitated here. on Hybrid.
Smashing Deluxe donated 10 euros. Awesome idea. Thanks.
Yeah, another 10 euro by Smashing Deluxe. Very, very generous. Thank you very much for supporting the good cause. And now the second map, obviously of a similar style. As you can see, all the 3 maps are quite lengthy, and they're all based on dirt and grass to emphasize on the aspect of nature, as the fundraiser is of course about climate change, about cleaning up the oceans that have unfortunately been polluted with way too much plastic and way too much garbage, and that's not good. So the money that we've raised, in fact 1,237 euro.
Aparte__ donated 50
Insane.
euros. Hello climate change, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Aparte with the next 50 euro bump. And yeah, as I said, these 1,237 euro will all go in favor of cleaning up the ocean, which is very nice. So thank you very, very much for supporting. Another 50 by Aparte. That is incredible, man. That's now 100 in total. Very generous, big heart. I like that. Thank you very much. So in this map, we have Mime with the fastest time of 2:16.009. Let's see what kind of plot twist we're gonna see on this one here. So let's pop in the GLHF. We are going into map number 2 with 14 players remaining. Here we go. 1 player eliminated, of course, per round. That is not going to change throughout the competition. And this is going to be the start. Quest Array already getting a bit of a bad jump there. Oh, and a crash in front of this drop, which doesn't allow him to land smoothly in that slope. So that is already quite some time lost there, unfortunately, by Quest Array. Wait, why is Ripfish still in? That doesn't make sense. Prince on 12, Enner on 11, and Jumper on 10. Let's go a little bit through the field, maybe scout some of the players, see what happens. Jumper right now in the midfield. Adson, once again, he is always on the edge. He is always on the edge of getting eliminated. That is very interesting. And right now, he would actually be eliminated. But then, I don't know what this is, because Ripfish left the server, but he is still in the leaderboard. As we see Quest Array actually going wrong and now lost his position to Adson. The pressure is surely getting him a little bit here. So Adson is now back on the hot seat again. Eule on 11, Prince on 10, Chris on 9. And in the lead, quite some big gaps here. Yocto currently on 3rd. Let's take a look at him as he is maybe trying to make something happen on Alcon 21. We have a freewheel section up the hill here. Every kilometer an hour matters, as you're unable to accelerate up the hill, so all that momentum counts. What a neck-and-neck battle here, both players going neck-and-neck into the final sector. We have the bug slide coming up now. Elcon and Yocto both approaching it almost at the same time. Rotate the car, land 90 degrees, release the brake, and what a battle here up front. Mime wins with a 2:16.6. Elcon, Yocto, Marius. And we have Chris on P9, finishing with a PB as well. Eule on 10, Prince on 11. Quest Array making contact with the checkpoint, finishes through the finish triangle. And looks like we say goodbye to Adson, who wasn't able to come back from his error.
Acaretto donated 20 euros, fundraising for future.
So Ripfish is out. Again. Yeah? So is Adson still live or what? No. Adson has been forced to spectator mode. So there you have it.
Lawrence B. Rui donated 15 euros. This message was sponsored by the Pogfish Gang.
2 donations coming. One big donation from Ahareto, 20 euro from Ahareto. Very, very generous, my dude. Thank you very much for 20. And Laurens with 15 euro as well. This message was sponsored by the Pogfish Gang. Awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, Mime! Mime is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Mime is back. Mime is last.
Y donated 5 euros. Smiley face.
Oh no. One of the favorites to win the TCF is actually really far behind, but he actually gets saved because Eule has unfortunately respawned very hard. Massive respawn by Eule, and Mime is back in the green. Another 5 euro by Y. Thank you. Eule. Another big Mistako by Eule. And this is going to be quite difficult to catch up now. Questere got snagged by Mime, so he is on a mission. Mime might be stomping on a couple players in front of him as well, as he arguably has the pace to make that happen. He overtakes Henki. And now his next opponent on the chopping block is Prince, who's going very wide, and that's Mime up to 8th. At the front right now we see Enner going through the ice section, and he has accumulated a 1 second lead over Marius89. Yocto on 3rd, Dennis on 4th. So it does indeed look like we are gonna lose Eule. He is on 12th place, more than 20 seconds behind. He needs a miracle and a quarter to happen for him to still be in the race. Let's put the camera here on the final part as we see all the drivers make it through. Chris is in, Mime is in, Questere passing Prince in the last corner, Henki is in as well, and last but certainly not least we have Eule, who is on his way to blast it through the finish line on P13. GG. Some great gameplay here by him, and there he goes. GG. So that is the end of this round. We say goodbye to Eule. So it seems like the knockout script is one player in delay basically, which is why the player who is supposed to get eliminated gets forced into spectator mode manually by the admin. Alrighty. So we're continuing here with the next round on Hybrid, the last round here on this one until we go to map number 3, which is going to be photosynthesis. And the beginning right now has actually been cleared by everyone. Prince is a little further behind, bit of a disadvantage for him. Also Jumper is struggling to make that transition, but all the players have made it so far. Very good driving. Enner in the lead. Mime and Elcon in the top 3. So we have a very nice player field right now. Beautiful to look at. Oh, 2 mistakes through the checkpoint triangle. Henki and Questere both getting stuck a little bit. Losing out on some speed. Probably eating the Hylis Trackmania trademark acceleration penalty. And right now the player on last is Questere. But so far everyone is doing a good job. Questere now in the correct gear as well. As you can see, it does gain him a little bit of time. Prince with a bit of a wiggle on the grass. Questere with a nose slide. He's going very wide. Is he going to hit the rock? No. And this line actually did pay off because we have this freewheel section. And due to Questere's wide line, he's going to gain more than half a second on Prince. As Prince also finds himself in a bit of a struggle situation. So now he is the player to be eliminated. Going a little wide here once again. This was the section where Mime has actually overtaken him in the previous round, due to pretty much the same mistake. As Questray gains and gains and gains. Prince is now more than 3 seconds behind. That is not looking too good for him at the moment. Here we see Questray already approaching the end. So this round has actually been completed almost flawlessly by everyone. Nobody with a huge mistake. And it looks like we are indeed gonna say goodbye to Prince, who is also failing the bug slide in the ending. Elcon wins the round with a 216.229, followed by Mime in a very hot pursuit. Enner on third, Dennis on fourth. Prince will take position 11 in the TCF. GG. Map number 3. This is going to be another great map to look at. Thank you, Breakbeats, for the 6th month. Thank you for supporting the stream. So here we have map number 3. And this one, arguably the hardest one out of the map pack, at least in my personal opinion. So this one's going to be extremely exciting as well. We have a warm-up of 2 minutes, which is just barely not enough to complete one full lap. And then we're going live. Enner looking very good on this one. He, together with Elcon, are the only players who actually got a time under 209. However, Mime has also gotten a 208 in time attack in solo. So these players definitely know what they're doing. And the warm-up is looking good here for Enner. He's currently leading in front of Marius. We haven't seen much from Marius, but we all know he is taking it safe and then stings like a viper whenever the opportunity arises. Very, very solid driving. Jumper is also in. Jumper with very little practice, in fact. Jumper hasn't played the maps a lot, and yet he is finding himself almost in the top 10 of the TCF. So this is extremely good, to be honest. He now uses the opportunity to try out this sector with the flying respawn. That is very clever, I have to say. End of warm-up. Match starting. So here we have it. Top 10. This is it. Good luck, have fun going into the round. And I think the knockout is like the list of players is actually correct now. I think this time there's no zombie player in this list anymore. That's great. So let's go into the round here. We see all players off to a good start. Chris and Questray a little further behind already with a 1.5 second deficit. Chris with another bit of a speed loss here with his XD trigram, but Questray falling into the bush. And that is a huge mistake that he needs to recover from. 10 seconds behind. Lucky for him, that was still rather early on, but he needs to catch up 12 seconds. Oi. As I switch the camera to Chris, he is jumping into the corner very weirdly. That is not the way you want to do it. But at the moment, it does not look very good for Questray. We're going to check back on that later. I want to sweep through the field a little bit as well. Jumper versus Henke. Jumper now with the inside line and the better gear. Moving up to position number 7 as Henke gets dropped down to 8th. Marius on P6. 2 seconds behind already. Yokto on P5. This is a very long freewheel section. Also here, every kilometer an hour matters. Dennis. Good line through the grass here. He's currently sitting comfortably on 4th place. Banner on 3rd from B Genius. Lots of speed up the hill. Trying to grip as early as possible on the ground, which all the players at the front are obviously able to do.
Mitchell donated 5 euros.
Probably gonna win it here.
Shout out to Bob for making this happen. Save the ocean. Keep these cars in motion. Potion.
And a 209.008 by Mime, who is winning the round in front of Enner and Dennis. Chris! Chris? 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 Chris is dead. What happened to Chris? I missed it. Questray is still in. Holy moly. It looked so dire for Questray. And then Chris just completely died. And this shitty RTL commentator actually didn't see it. Freaking terrible. So Chris places 10th. And that came unexpectedly, as it looked rather solid for everyone, with Questray being 12 seconds behind. What a turn of events. 2 donations in the last minute. Michael with €5. Thank you very much for the donation to the good cause. And also Kübelchris with a very generous €20 going towards the Trackmania Climate Fundraiser, towards cleaning up the ocean. Thank you, Chris. Very, very awesome from you, man. Some POG in the chat. Thank you very much. And we're going into the next round. So now, the name we have to look out for is Questray, because he has been on the edge, on the hot seat, almost every time, just like Adson. He was also on the hot seat, and Questray is bonking head on into the barrier. That is not looking very good for him at the moment. .1 seconds behind. But then again, anything can happen. We've seen Chris die out of nowhere. We still don't know what happened to him. Maybe we gotta ask him for an interview with Kai Ebel. Oi, oi, oi. Henke, 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 Henke. That was definitely not the approach you want to take. And this, of course, opens the doors for Questray, who is gonna gain some extra time on Henke. The gap is now 7 seconds. More like 6. So it is still possible. Elcon is also surprisingly far behind. He must have made a big blunder as well. Going a little further ahead. Dennis always finding himself in this range, sort of. So very good consistency from the French player. Yokto also very good on 3rd. Mime in the lead. Very early grip. That was so nicely done by Mime. So he is leading. Enner on 2nd. And I think this is it for Questray. Yep. That doesn't look very good here. I think this is it. Questray is DED. Dead. There's Henke. Into the ring he goes. And Questray is out on 9th place. I think he still did extremely well, given that he was on the edge many, many rounds. He fought like a champ. GG to Questray, who places 9th in this competition. Top 8. So now the player field is getting smaller and smaller. And one big mistake can possibly ruin it all, because the players that are left are fast and consistent. They made it this far in the competition for a reason. So one mistake can be absolutely crucial at this point. Right now we see Jumper a little bit further in the back. And I think now he is going to lack a bit of the pace that he might need to compete with the other players. Same for Henki. I think these two players will battle it out here, unless something else happens. We don't quite know about that. And if you guys want to play these maps as well, you can find them in the TCF Club in Trackmania or on Trackmania Exchange. These maps are a lot of fun to play and are very rewarding once you actually figure out all the good lines. Definitely some fun stuff to play. Jumper, in the meantime, has not really been able to catch up anymore, so Henki's doing a great job at keeping up the pace, at matching Jumper's pace. Both players now 3 seconds behind the leader, currently Elcon. Through the tarmac corner, Jumper with a slightly better drift, keeping a bit more speed, but Henki with more grip on the downhill, taking advantage from that. And as you can see, this freewheel section is extremely crucial. Bit of a wide line there, and Jumper also shifting down to the third gear, which is absolutely atrocious. Jumper having lots of trouble with the gear right now. And Henki can possibly take it safe now. It is looking good for him. Elcon might be on a good time here, even though he has overturned the speed slides in the end a lot and lost a lot of time in the end. It could have been a 208 maybe. Enner on third, Yocto, Dennis, Marius, Henki, and Jumper, who was 8/10 short. He almost made it in. Great efforts by Jumper. He gets 8th in this competition. GG. He jumped out of the competition. Alright, so one map rotation is over, which means we are going to go back to map number 1, Biodiversity. We are going to see this map again. So every map is going to be seen once more, as we have 7 players remaining. So the final should be played out on the last map, according to my quick math. So we have warm-ups again. I'm not sure how necessary these are. We see Yocto announcing that he's gonna go and pee. Of course, this is an opportunity to empty your bladder. That way you are actually gonna go faster as well. Because the lighter you are, the better. So this is a good opportunity to either rest or maybe keep the hands warm, keep the fingers warm, and keep the flow moving for the competition, because flow and focus is something that matters a lot, especially when you keep playing for a longer period of time, which is the case here. You play lots of rounds in a row and you can't really afford any mistake. Wow! Massive dono by Waldfee, now €55 coming in, hot and spicy from Waldfee, coming for the Trackmania Climate Fundraiser. We're at 1,357, almost getting towards the goal of €1,500. Wow, very nice. Alrighty, and here we have it. Top 7 with Marius, Dennis, Enner, Elkon, Henki, Yocto, and Mime. Very, very exciting. So this is going to be do or die. Very, very stacked player field at this point. All players off to a good start. Henki having a bit of trouble here. Already losing out on 1 whole second in the first 20 seconds of the map. So not the greatest start for him. But anything can happen. Very close to the wall. Almost hitting on the left. That is very, very dangerous. You can clearly see that he is pushing it to the limits as well to match the pace of the other players. Obviously, we have some very big names here in the field. So it is almost an honor to be in a round with these gamers. All the other drivers with very similar line choices as well. It's very, very nice to see. Marius now trying to make an overtake on Dennis. Very, very close. Marius now with the inside line, a bit more speed. Into the drift we go. Slight lag here. Oh, Yocto with the bonk. Not sure if that's going to hurt him a lot. This section is a part where you do need quite a bit of speed, but Henki is too far behind to actually benefit from that. But he is possibly still in the game. Henki is still in the game. Yocto hanging on by a thread. The gap is currently 2 seconds. Marius on 5, looking pretty safe. Dennis on 4, Enner on 3, Elkon with a very risky line over the inside edge right now in 2nd place, and Mime leading. The hairpin now being attacked by Henki. This map is winding itself upwards, so we're starting at the bottom and then it increases in height. So the finish, or this area, is like the highest point of the map pretty much. So pretty cool map design as well. But yeah, Henki not looking good here for him. I think Henki is going to lose it. And I think this is a position he can be very happy with. Henki on 7th place, that is very good. Very, very good position here for Henki. 7th place. GG. Now we have the top 6 going into the 2nd round of this map. Elkon is the only one who is going to the left at the start.
Nice competition,
And
nice streamer,
I can
nice maps,
get
and
behind
a good
that.
cause. What else could you be asking for?
I can definitely get behind that, but in this round it did not pay off for him very nicely. So right now Elkon is only on last place and he needs to step it up a little bit. Jumper donating €10. Nice competition, nice streamer, nice maps, and a good cause. What else could you be asking for? I don't know, honestly. Honestly, this is perfect, right? Thank you very much for the nice words. Thank you for competing as well. That's the most important thing. I hope you had some fun. And I think the players who are currently in the field are also having fun. Elkon still on the quest to make it back to the other players, and this corner has actually been executed rather nicely from him as he comes dangerously close to French player Dennis. Elkon now with a much better angle into the tarmac corner. So, oh my god, I saw him in the wall there. That was incredibly close right there, but Elkon saving himself by a hair. So now we have Elkon versus Dennis for that last place. Marius and Yocto are not too far ahead either, so the slightest mistake, like one bad gear, and they can be on the hot seat instead. Great speed sliding action from Dennis. Lots of speed out of that corner. Very, very nicely executed, leaving Elkon in his dust right now. So we have a battle between everyone basically, except Mime, who is currently probably on world record or something. Mime is 1.3 seconds ahead and all the other players are extremely close to each other. This is going to be an extremely tight battle as we come down to the final sector of the track. Dennis right now on last place as we go into the hairpin. Not the greatest approach, not the greatest exit speed for Dennis either. So right now he needs to step it up in the last couple corners. Is Dennis going to be the one to go out in this round at the moment? It is really, really close. Marius, Elcon, Enner, everyone really close. And it looks like everyone's going to make that finish as well. And it is just barely not enough for Dennis. Look how close this is. It is not even 0.4 of a second between 2nd and 6th place. This is the closest round we have seen so far. Incredible, I gotta say. Incredible round. And Dennis goes out with a run that was overall very clean and solid. Wow. And once again, here we see Elcon going left to flatten out the drift angle through the dirt. But it does not seem to be very beneficial. Once again, he is in the back. Once again, Elcon is last. But I think at this point of the competition, it's not really... It doesn't really make sense to change your approach anymore, because a lot of your driving is now based on muscle memory. And changing that is very often just going to result in mistakes, especially when you're playing under the pressure situation that you have right now. We're seeing Elcon actually pushing very nicely though, going for some zigzags on the dirt as well to get some extra speed. That was very nicely executed indeed. And once again, it is Mime versus the world. Mime almost 1/2 a second ahead of Enner, who is currently on 2nd place. Elcon with a good overtaken job here, leaving everyone behind. Marius is now the player in the back. Taking a look at the last remaining German player in the field. These transitions are all very nicely done here by all the drivers. No one having any struggle. Yocto might be in the wrong gear. I'm not quite sure about that. We can clearly see Marius being in the correct gear and doing the speed slides. And this difference is ridiculous. The difference these speed slides can make is day and night sometimes. Marius with great execution, saving himself maybe another round in this competition. Now the hairpin. You don't want to get the nose slide. Ideally you want to start this drift with a neo drift, which is what all players do. Very, very well done. And it doesn't look good for Yocto. The gap is more than 0.3 of a second towards Marius. We see Elcon going to the left again, which is a line that no one is taking except himself. And that is it. Yocto again just missing out by a hair. 0.14 of a second between Marius and Yocto. Crazy racing once again. Just a bit more than a second between all players in this round. Super, super awesome to look at. So Yocto is gonna go home with 5th place in the Trackmania Climate Fundraiser. And we're now coming to Hybrid for the last time. Do 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 do. So once again we have a warm-up with the top 4. So who is chat cheering for? We can maybe use the opportunity of the warm-up to see who chat is cheering for. Is it Enner? Is it Elcon? Is it Marius? Is it Mime? Who do you think is gonna take this one here? I want to hear your opinion. Who are you cheering for? Who is your favorite gamer? I see Marius, I see Mime, Elcon, Marius, Elcon, Enner, Marius, Enner, Mime, Marius, 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 Mime, donation?
Enisato donated €5. Pog, good job to everyone.
Enisato, thank you for the €5, man. Thank you for supporting the good cause. Elcon, Elcon, E, Marius, Pogfish, Elcon. I see. Chris? Alright. And another, holy
Cyril
shit.
donated 119 euros
What?
to top up in 300. Cheers from Zurich
Bro,
and
what
go
the fuck?
Marius.
Zerial TM with 119 euro. Alright. That's pretty good. I like that. What the hell? Lots of hype in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. 119. Zerial contributed so much already. I don't even know how much it totals at this point. 300 euro. Damn, damn, damn. May your pillow be extra soft this evening. Thank you very much for all the support, everyone. We're now having the last 4 rounds of the competition. Things are heated up at this point. It is hot like an oven. And off we go. Marius versus Enner versus Elcon versus Mime. Everyone with a fantastic start. And I think this is going to be a super close race. 2 minutes and 16 seconds. That is nothing.
Chris92 donated
for these
25
players.
euros. Time to smash that goal. Like and subscribe. Thanks for the even.
And that's it,
was
man.
lots of fun.
The
Smiley
goal
face.
is done. You have actually... Holy shit, man. 1,500 euro goal has actually been reached.
Ultra
And it is
Alpaca
not even
donated
stopping
30
at
euros.
this point.
Let's fill those 1,500.
Chris92 with 25 euro. Time to smash that goal. Like and subscribe. Thanks for the event, was lots of fun. And we all thank you for donating and for participating as well. Ultra Alpaca with 30 euro, saying let's fill those 1,500. I think we did successfully do that. And last but not least, we have Tiapi with 15 euro. Thank you very much for saving the ocean. And
Jebbo
they
donated
keep
20
on
euros.
coming,
Great
ladies and
job,
gentlemen.
everyone.
Jebbo with 20 euro. Very, very good stuff right there. Oh, we see Marius actually with a lot of speed here, trying to attack Elcon. So many donations that I barely focused on what's actually visible on the screens here. So right now, Marius89, the fan favorite in the chat, is actually trying his best to catch up. We're going up the hill where it looked like Marius is going to have the speed advantage, but it doesn't look like he really benefited from that part. So right now he is 1 whole second behind, and we don't really have a lot of corners coming up for Marius. So he needs to hope for a mistake from someone, maybe on the bug slide section in the ending. Right now Mime is in the lead by a comfortable 0.5 of a second. Enner on second and Elcon on third. Right now it will all be decided in the ending. It doesn't look good for Marius89 right now. We see some slightly jacked up bug slides right there, but everyone makes it. I almost thought that Elcon is gonna die. That was, I think, a near-death experience, because it was like a wheelie kind of on the 2 back tires. So Marius misses out on the podium here. He is out on 4th place. What an upset. The fan favorite is dead. And that's how quickly it can go here with a knockout format and with maps as punishing as these. Mime also with a really sick time of 2:15.869. Really showing that he wants to win this one right now. Elcon in the top 3 now. Actually making a humongous mistake. And this mistake is being punished. And he's out. That's it. Elcon is 3 seconds behind as he did not make the succession of jumps. And I think Marius is going to be so sad about this one. Because in the previous round, nobody made a mistake. And Marius drove good. And he went out because of it. And now, Elcon is trolling. Marius died for this. So he is going to be quite upset about that. But who knows, maybe Elcon can actually catch up. We don't know about that. We are not fortune tellers. Also, Cappy with 30 euro. Very big donation by Cappy. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys are awesome. This is the cup of the day syndrome. I suffer from that every day. And the B-Genius gamer Enner is right now in the lead, and he is dominating Mime by 0.3 of a second right now. Things can obviously still happen, but I think both Enner and Mime are aware of the situation and are aware that they have nothing to risk at this point. Hi, Enner went wide, holy moly. That was very close. But these two players definitely are not giving up. Mime might have a bit of a better line here. We have a quite annoying gear change in front of the uphill. That's something to be kept in mind. And that is what just ruined Mime, because he was in the wrong gear. But yeah, I think we gotta say goodbye to Elcon. He tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it was only third. So GG to Elcon. Enner going into the bug slide. Mime going into the bug slide. Both are making it, and Enner finishes it off with a 2:16.774, which is a nice run. Mime 2:17.3, and Elcon is dead. Bronze medal in the Trackmania Climate Fundraiser for Elcon. And we're now gonna have the Grande Finale. Who is gonna win the fundraiser? Who is gonna win the right to brag about having won this competition? Is it gonna be Mime, the man who has been dominating the time attack? Or is it gonna be Enner, who has been there with consistency and with speed as well? This is Poland versus... Is Enner from France? Yes. France versus Poland. Here we go. Enner with a bit of a better start. Let's switch to Mime, who is opting for a bit of a more inside line. We have another position change right here. Mime currently taking over the lead, both holding the gear as well as we go up the hill. Mime reducing the airtime. That was very risky stuff, but Mime manages to keep intact here as he lags a little bit through the track. Now we have the zigzag section. Very, very nice speed slides by Mime. Shifting into 4th gear and then getting the optimal speed drifts through the chicane section. So Mime gaining 0.3 of a second. Really, really good gaming by Mime right now. But also Enner is doing good right now. This final is super intense at the moment. The gap is 0.46 of a second. Maybe Enner will find an opportunity to catch up these half a second right now. This no jump doesn't seem to be that well executed. I think Mime is going to extend his lead. Mime is on a mission right now. Mime is 69. Very nice. Hundreds ahead of Enner at the previously passed checkpoint. And he just enhances his lead. Mime is just getting faster and faster. He definitely wants to win this one. He has worked hard. He has trained hard. He is someone dedicated and fast. And holy moly, that was close to the wall. I almost saw him die there. There is almost no chance of actually catching this up anymore. Mime is so far ahead that Enner needs to basically hit world record lines in the remaining of the map. This is not looking all too good for the French player. Now this gear is going to be decisive. Did Mime get the correct gear? At the moment, it does look pretty good. Enner with a bit more speed. He is trying to close the gap. The gap is now only 0.63. But now the ending. There isn't really much that you can catch up anymore. The gap is now 0.48 of a second. Enner with a very aggressive inside line. But Mime also getting this one nicely. Both staying in gear 4 at the exit of the gear section. And I think this is it. I think Mime is going to win this one. We're going to come down to the last part here. The identity section. The bug slide to the left. Enner with a nice inside line. But Mime will stay ahead by 2600ths of a second. Very nice effort by Enner. Going for a nice inside approach at the ending. And this one could have gone either way. Mime wins the Trackmania Climate Fundraiser 2021. GG. What a battle. That was beautiful. Definitely a deserved victory. Great pace throughout the entire competition. And I think Enner can also be very, very satisfied with this result. So massive, massive GG right here.
Zyriel TM donated 100
Zyriel,
euros.
holy shit,
Don't
man.
let the plastic get into the ocean. Hope this helped the ocean clean up. GG Mime.
Bruh. Another 100 euro by Zyriel. Saying, don't let the plastic get into the ocean. I hope this helped the ocean clean up. GG Mime. Wow.